Hello, and thank you for joining us for the webinar on understanding your health insurance coverage. I'm going to be discussing a few things. So, understanding your health insurance coverage. I'm going to discuss what is the Maryland Insurance Administration, what is health insurance, types of health insurance, what is not health insurance, and ways to obtain health insurance, as well as your plan options. So, in-network versus out-of-network providers, understanding your healthcare coverage, how to obtain pre-authorization for services, understanding the terms of your health insurance, and how to file an appeal if your health care claim is denied by a health insurer. So first, the Maryland Insurance Administration. We are the state agency that regulates insurance in Maryland. The MIA also licenses insurance companies and producers, examines the business practice of licensees to ensure compliance, monitors solvency of insurance companies, reviews approvals, insurance policies, and rates, and investigates consumer and provides complaints and allegations of fraud. So let's discuss what is health insurance. Health insurance is a contract between an individual or group and a health insurer. Health insurer includes insurance companies, health maintenance organizations such as HMOs, and nonprofit health service plans that agree to pay part or all of your health care expenses for that individual when health care has been provided and is covered under the contract, also known as the benefit plan. This is true even if the cost of health care is more than an individual's health insurance premium payments. Health insurance is based on the law of large numbers, meaning health insurers collect monthly premiums from many policyholders and pool that money to pay for the health care for all of its policyholders. Some policyholders will use very few health care services, and some will require expensive or extensive care. There are many types of health insurance. Some examples are comprehensive major medical health insurance, Medicare supplement insurance, dental insurance, vision, specified disease insurance, such as cancer-only coverage, fixed indemnity insurance, long-term care, disability, accidental death, and dismemberment insurance. Now, there's different ways you can obtain health insurance. I'm going to go over a few. The first is employer-sponsored coverage. You ask your employer about health insurance benefits and whether you are eligible to participate in your employer's group health insurance plan. Some employers only offer this benefit to full-time employees. Others may offer it to part-time employees. Some employers also pay a portion of their employer's health insurance premium. The next is COBRA. If you are enrolled in your employer's group health plan and you lose your employment, you may be eligible to continue your existing health insurance coverage under COBRA, which is a federal law that gives some employees the ability to continue health insurance coverage after leaving employment or under Maryland's continuation of coverage law. COBRA only applies to employers with 20 or more employees. The Maryland continuation of coverage law applies to employers of any size, but only applies to group policies that are insured in Maryland. Additional information about COBRA is available on the website listed, www.dol.gov. A comparison of the Maryland continuation of coverage law and COBRA is available on the link listed below. The next is family members' policies. If you are married and your spouse has health insurance, you may be eligible for coverage under that policy. If you are under the age of 26, you may be eligible for coverage under a parent's policy. If your family member's health insurance is through an employer or another entity, your family member should check with the entity to determine whether it offers coverage for the spouse or for children. The next is short-term medical plans. If you need coverage for 3 months or less, you may be eligible to purchase a short-term individual health insurance policy. The health insurer may require you to provide information about your health history and may deny issuing you a policy or deny paying claims for pre-existing conditions. Make sure this type of policy will meet your needs before you purchase. Enrollment is permitted year-round for these types of plans. For more information, see the website link below. Next is Medicare. Medicare is a federal health insurance program for people who are age 65 or older, who are under 65 with certain disabilities, or people of any age who have end-stage renal disease. Enrollees may choose between the original Medicare plan and a Medicare Advantage plan. For additional information, view the federal government's consumer guide, Medicare and You, or go to the website www.medicare.gov, or you can call 1-800-633-4227. The next is Medicaid. Depending on your household income, you may be eligible to receive Maryland Medical Assistance, also known as Medicaid. If you qualify, you can enroll in Medicaid at any time. To find out if you qualify, there's different ways you can go about doing this. One is contact your local Department of Social Service, your local health department, or a hospital social work department, or the Maryland Health Connection can also be a help to determine if you qualify for Medicaid. Maryland Children's Health Program. If you are pregnant, have a newborn child, or have a child up to age 19, you may be able to obtain health coverage through the Maryland Children's Health Program, also known as MCHIP. Contact your local Department of Social Service or your local health department. You also may contact the Maryland Health Connection at www.marylandhealthconnection.gov, or you could call 1-855-642-8572. Next, we have individual health insurance. Individual health insurance is health insurance that you can purchase for yourself or your family during the annual open enrollment period, which is usually held between November 1st and December 15th each year, either by contacting the health insurer, contacting a licensed insurance agent or broker, or again, contacting the Maryland Health Connection during the annual open enrollment period. Individual health insurance, there's different ways or different times you can enroll. One is a change in your income or life may make you eligible for a special enrollment period through the Maryland Health Connection. You have 60 days after the qualifying life event to enroll. Examples are you lose or one of your dependents loses health insurance that meets certain minimum standards under the Affordable Care Act. You get married or divorced. You have a child by birth or adoption. You become a U.S. citizen or gain lawful status in the United States. You move to Maryland and have access to new health plans. You have a change in income or household status that affects your eligibility for financial assistance. Now, what is not a health insurance policy? One is healthcare sharing ministries. These are entities that qualify as healthcare sharing ministries, are not health insurance, and are not required to offer the essential health benefits offered by traditional health plans. Healthcare sharing ministries, called religious publication arrangements in Maryland, are groups whose members share a common set of ethical or religious beliefs and agree to share healthcare expenses among their members. Members of healthcare sharing ministries agree to make contributions to help pay all or some portion of the eligible healthcare expenses of fellow members. Members are not guaranteed that any part of their healthcare expenses will be paid by fellow members, and members are responsible for all expenses related to their health care. Before joining, read the description of the program carefully and make sure you understand the guidelines and limitations of the program. Now, discount medical plans and discount drug plans are not health insurance policies. These policies do not pay any of your health care costs. Instead, discount plans offer savings to plan members on various healthcare goods and services. Depending upon the plan, this can include discounts on prescription drugs, doctor visits, eyeglasses, vision care, dental services, or lab tests. The discounts are made available through arrangements between healthcare providers and the organization offering the discount plan. For more information, please see the website listed below. Your plan will have rules that will determine how much you will pay for treatment and where you can go to receive treatment. For example, some plans allow you to go anywhere to receive treatment. Others limit you to certain doctors or facilities. Talk to your plan to make sure you understand the rules. Listed below are some questions you should ask. What is my deductible? What is my copay? Are there any limits on the doctors I can see? Are there any limits on where I can receive treatment? Do I need to get approval before I receive any services? After the health insurer has processed your claim, it will issue what's called an explanation of benefits, also known as the EOB. The EOB provides details about a health insurance claim, such as what portion was paid to the healthcare provider and what portion of the payment, if any, will be your responsibility. The EOB is not a bill. Any portion of the claim not covered by the health insurer, such as a deductible, co-payment, or co-insurance, may be billed by the provider and should be paid directly to the provider. If you have questions, call your health insurer. If you owe money, ask the health insurer if this payment will be put toward your out-of-pocket maximum or deductible. You may need clarification on charges for certain services you received. You can ask the healthcare provider to explain the service and charges. If you think you have been charged in error, ask the healthcare provider to go over the entire EOB line by line to see if a mistake has occurred. Now, after you submit a claim with your health insurer, you will receive an explanation of benefits, also known as the EOB, from your health insurer. This will notify you of its decision not to pay for some or all of the services or supplies you received. If it is based on lack of coverage under your health plan, it is called a coverage decision. If it is based on the lack of medical necessity, it is called an adverse decision. If you want to ask your health insurer to reconsider its coverage or adverse decision, follow the instructions in the first explanation of benefits to file an appeal or a grievance. You may wish to ask your treating healthcare provider to help you with this process or do it on your behalf. Once you file an appeal or grievance with your health insurer, the original decision will be reviewed by the health insurer. If it was an adverse decision, the health insurer will have it reviewed by an independent medical expert who will decide if the healthcare service or supply is medically necessary or not experimental. If the health insurer's decision is to uphold its original decision, it must put its reason in writing. You may then file a complaint with the MIA, the Maryland Insurance Administration. If the health insurer denies your claim as not medically necessary or experimental, the MIA will send your case to an independent medical expert. There are time limits for filing a complaint with the MIA, so please make sure you follow the guidelines. You may file a complaint directly with the MIA before receiving the health insurer's appeal or grievance decision if The health insurer waives its requirement that you first appeal to it. The health insurer does not follow any part of its internal appeal process. For example, if you don't hear back from the health insurer in the time it is supposed to respond. There is a compelling reason, such as showing delay could result in your death, serious impairment to a bodily function, serious dysfunction of a bodily organ, could cause you to be a threat to yourself or others, or could cause you to continue to experience severe withdrawal symptoms. For appeals, the Life and Health Unit of the Maryland Insurance Administration will investigate whether a service or supply is covered under the health plan. For grievances, the same unit would send the matter to an independent review organization to determine if the service or supply was medically necessary and or not experimental. At that point, if the health insurer is found to be wrong by the Maryland Insurance Administration and the insurer still won't reverse its decision, the Maryland Insurance Administration can take action against the health insurer. There is contact information for the Life and Health for appeals and grievances listed on this page, as well as our address, phone number, and website. Also, if you need help with your appeals and grievance process, you can contact the Office of the Attorney General, Health, Education, and Advocacy Unit. The information is listed below along with the website. Our phone number is 410-468-2000 or 1-800-492-6116, as well as our website is www.insurance.maryland.gov. For the Office of the Attorney General, the phone number is 410-528-1840 or 877-261-8807. Is there any questions? Also, if you have information about your employer's insurance, you can contact the United States Department of Labor Employee Benefits Security Administration, as well as if you're a federal employee, you can contact the Federal Employees Health Benefits Program, which is listed on the slide. We also have publications available on the MIA's website to help you with any additional health insurance coverage questions you may have. So if there's no questions now, and if you may have questions later, you can email me at Keyana.Walton. I'll spell that for you, KEJUANA.WALTON @maryland.gov. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us.